So, why do narcissists attack other victims of narcissism? If you go through comments on my page or on this channel, you will see that there's a few narcissists. They tend to be women. Now, here's why. It's not that narcissists tend to be women, it's that a narcissist tend to attack people of the opposite sex. Women will attack men, men will attack women. It's something that I've noticed in time. Now, if you look at these comments, you will see that these narcissists will say the most ridiculous things, and it's almost as though they're trying to make it clear that they are narcissistic abusers. The reason they do this is because a narcissist very quickly feels attacked and they cannot keep themselves from lashing out. That's why you will see people on my page, on this YouTube channel, lash out at me and call me a narcissist. And they'll say it's because you, and they'll say a random thing from one of my videos that is not in any way related to narcissism. You see, narcissists will always do this. They will always come at you and be like, well, you're the narcissist because you, and it's like they will flip a coin. They will say any random thing that you did as though that is definitive proof that you are a narcissist. Much of the time, it will be something that you said about the abuser. That is, as far as their aggression, their cruelty, their unattractiveness, because they relate to that abuser, because they're an abuser, and they think about if you said that about them. And they need to lash out and defend themselves, and they do that by attacking you. You see what I mean? A narcissist doesn't really focus so much on defending themselves as much as they're like, well, you want to hurt me? I'm going to hurt you. And this is something they say. As a matter of fact, Roberta Shaler and another specialist in narcissism told me that a narcissist, like my ex wife, is not capable of communicating back to me or arguing. She just has to attack because their minds are not capable of productive conversation to move forward. Their mind is, oh, you're going to try and hurt me because you said this thing I don't like. They always feel slighted. Well, I'm going to say this to hurt you. And so one day when my ex-wife was attacking me, I was like, okay, I'm trying to say this. She's like, so you just want to try and hurt each other? Fine. How about you? Da, da, da. And she said something completely not hurtful, but in her mind, because it'd be offensive to her, should mean that it should offend and make everyone else angry. That everyone should be offended by this crap that she says. You'll see this too, that they will say ridiculous things. Sometimes it's redundant, because in their mind, it has to hurt you, because everyone should be as hypersensitive as they are. So they will have, like, for example, a guy said little man to me the other day and said that because I believe that Americans and white people are equal to every other race and that we need to stop being lazy and realize that we can get jobs. He came back at me saying that I was being racist against other people, like I'm a white supremacist. And then he said, grow up, little man. So he projected everything was opposite to him. And then he said the word little man as though that was supposed to be offensive. And he was serious. He was not joking. That to him was God bless you, buddy. Thank you so much. That to him should be an insult because he probably had, and this is a rarely will I use this. He probably was the toxic masculinity type, which is rare. It is rare. All right, and I do use the word properly. A lot of people are throwing that out now improperly. But it goes to show you that despite us men ever seeing other men that are narcissists, they are out there. Okay, it's just that they tend to attack women more. But this is why they lash out. This is why they are illogical. Remember, the mind of a narcissist stops maturing basically at adolescence. Many of them, they're not able to comprehend anything outside of the world of what they want now, 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 me. So once you understand all that, when someone attacks you or leaves a comment, and you first may feel offended, which I don't feel that anymore. As soon as I see a childish comment attacking me, and it looks like something a 7-year-old would do, a bully 7-year-old, or a 7-year-old bully, immediately I am viewing it as what it is. This is not an equal person to argue with. Their opinion does not matter. And as an empath, you will always take to heart what people say. So it's difficult through time. You can learn how to do this as far as understanding you're not dealing with an equal. You're not dealing with a person who functions and thinks properly. There are different disorders, like Down syndrome and things like that. I don't know if that's the same as a mongoloid, but a lot of these people, they can tend to be very precious and nice and sweet people. Like people who have what do you call it? What's it called? Autism. People who have autism, tend to be very sweet and nice. But imagine the narcissistic disorder. That's a disorder as well. And it's physical in the brain as well, as far as a lot of them, like psychopathy and covert narcissism. So imagine someone having a mental disorder, but it's the opposite of things like that, where they're not nice and they're not sweet and loving or caring. They don't love cute animals and sweet people and relationships. They are the opposite of that, and that is what you're dealing with. So don't feel offended when that happens. Understand that you're dealing with a constantly offended personality that is only capable of lashing out and smearing other people all the time. And once you understand that, you could view it more subjectively, um, like a psychologist or an analyst analyzing data. And that's what these people are. These narcissists, like the people who comment on my pages, which I recommend look into it. I will make a video about all of them. These people are so clearly severe narcissistic abusers. They even use the same wordage and everything that narcissists tend to use. And when you understand the data behind the behavior, it's not like someone's throwing an insult at you as much as it is like someone throwing a spreadsheet in front of you that you're able to read and understand very clearly. So, yeah, that's all. I just wanted to mention that because it's very difficult not to be offended by the vile, inhumane behaviors and insults that they throw out on the most deepest levels that they're capable of. I got one today where it was a woman who was so vicious that when I saw what she said, I'm like, this is the type of person that would harm innocent creatures. This is the type of person that would have a pet just to abuse. This is the type of person that would kill a child because they would have that lust in them for murder of an innocent human being. And if they could get away with it, they would. And you will be able, if you analyze these people, you watch these people, you watch the interviews with psychopaths, and you start to learn the mindset of different type of narcissists and how far they're willing to go, you will understand what they're capable of. For example, there's there's different type of narcissists. My ex-wife loves animals. She's extremely severely dangerous narcissistic, but she loves animals. Despite her loving animals, she would have no problem causing the most severe harm to the human being of the things that I've witnessed on the most severe, dangerous, threatening level. You know, it's scary. It is scary. And when these type of people become emotional, you need to stay physically away from them because they have no problem becoming physically violent. And they're not rational, but they are thinking ways as far as how can I cause this person the most harm? How can I cause this person the most harm? So it can be dangerous. And when you're in areas like out here in the Midwest, where there's like no real judicial system, no legal system, and no law enforcement through most of these areas, like it's very, very rare out here. It's even more risky and threatening what the narcissist can get away with, and they know what they can get away with. That there's more, so they tend to be more dangerous. Every personality that has any type of greed or hostility or selfishness will always push that part to the limit, only to as far as they can get away with. So you've always got to be you always got to be careful with that. The area you live in, the society you live in, will determine the amount of damage that can be inflicted on victims of narcissistic abuse, depending on what laws are enforced and the actual implication enforcement of them. But I'm sorry that this rambled on a little bit longer. Hey, finish this. Leave a comment below. I had someone leave a comment below telling me they finished the video, and I was so touched. I was like, wow, I didn't know that. And it was just me babbling, and they left a comment like, that's really sweet. That's really sweet. You know, when you're not really showing appreciation or that you have value in life, and someone lets you know that you do, you know, it's just like, oh, yeah, that could keep you going for a very long time. I mean, and if you know what I'm talking about, you probably have gone through a lot of abuse in life too, and neglect because you know, we tend to be the ones, people who respond like that. You know, compliments and that type of kindness for us, like being really like, it's the most valuable thing in the world because it's just very nice, you know. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope you're all gonna have a good day today, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.